Welcome back to Game Devs to Play Games, where we play games and talk game design.
Yep. We're playing more Firewatch.
Boarding up some windows, because them teens allegedly broke the window.
Them teens, yeah. I wonder if the teens think it is me that did this too.
Well, I definitely think they think that because they mentioned you in the letter.
Well, they mentioned us being the asshole at the lake, but to them, they may not know. I don't know if they necessarily saw a face,
I got the window all patched up. So, what should I do now? What's next?
What's next? What do you think is next?
Well, you've been the one giving me tasks for 2 days straight.
What's next is you sit in that room until September 1st and call me at the first sign of smoke.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you let me know when you're
Boring.
mentally prepared for that task and I'll give it to you.
Okay, I think I am ready to tackle my long-term commitment of keeping this national forest safe from total destruction.
I am glad to hear you've really thought this through.
Of course.
We've issued you a comfy chair to sit in and everything.
You know, it's not really that comfy. I mean, it's wooden and there's no padding. I think I actually got a splinter in my thigh this morning.
Aww. Well, regardless, take a seat. The forest depends on you.
Oh,
Short.
yeah, no kidding.
Skipped ahead. Wasn't that day 3?
That was I thought that was day... I thought it was day 8, but yeah, maybe it did skip ahead a bunch.
Hello, Henry. Having a nice afternoon?
I might never leave.
Well, I called with some bad news. 2 young women, Chelsea Stevens and Lily McLean, were reported missing. They've got parents out in California who haven't heard from them in a week. They were
Uh-oh.
supposed to meet an aunt down in Cody. If they're the girls from last week, then you're probably the last person to have seen them.
You should tell whoever that I'm happy to be questioned.
Look, it's not gonna be an issue. I mean, if they turn up dead, then maybe. Should I just not say anything and save us the trouble?
I think it's worth mentioning something.
Yeah. I'll keep it vague. I really don't want to talk to the cops.
Me neither.
All right, Henry, thanks. Enjoy the sunset.
What if Delilah is crazy? What if she's the one killing people? That'd be
He's
interesting.
got all the crazy peeps in his life.
Yeah, right? I mean, let's be real. This spot opened up for a reason, right?
Henry. Henry, wake up.
I could not sleep there. It
Get out
would
of
be
bed
way
and
too
pick up the
creepy.
radio.
I'm really curious right now what happens if I don't answer the radio.
Answer it! It's making me freaked out.
Like, is she just gonna keep pestering us?
What do you want?
Hey, you big dumb idiot.
She drunk.
You're a big dumb idiot.
Oh, baby, you sound tired.
Oh,
I am.
What?
that's
having a nice
Julia. This isn't Delilah.
Some of the earlier options said Julia in them, but I thought it was
Sure.
because he was like
Are
sleepy
you
and thought it was
feeling
her.
Good there.
Mm.
Jules?
What? Oh, sorry, Henry. Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, that's good.
Well, I'll let you get back to sleep then.
Okay, Jules.
Delilah seems nice.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Bye, baby.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
Guys,
Also, those notes by the typewriter definitely talked about Delilah. I didn't get a chance to read them much, though.
yeah.
Yep, still in
Is it
2-4.
too much of a pain in the ass to bring supplies all the way up to our towers?
Well, I get my stuff hand-delivered.
Oh, how's that work?
It's the perks of a decade of service. You're out hiking in 90-degree heat, and I get to do crosswords. Isn't life miserably unfair? Anyway, when you find a supply drop, remember it's not just for you, okay? Other lookouts, biologists, a few people get their food there, and I don't want to have to call in for more. There should be loads of good stuff, though. Beans, prunes, jerky. You know, my sister eats 6 prunes a day. 6. She's, like, really precise about it. She'd be great at this job if she didn't need wheelbarrows full of marijuana to function.
I mean, they're in Colorado, so I guess it works.
That's true.
So,
Although this is
like 2
not
weeks
modern,
ago,
I
you
don't think,
called me in the
maybe?
middle of the night. You were sleeping, I guess, and all I heard was the name Jules through the mumbles. I just thought it was so sweet. I wanted to wake you up, but then I thought maybe you were having a nice conversation and I'd just be spoiling it. I hope you're doing okay, you know, when it comes to her. Look, so a couple of months before I took this job, I was with this guy, Javier. Ugh, he's incredible, caring, sexy as hell. He was a driller down in Casper. We dated for almost 5 years.
Damn, girl.
I was working with the Wyoming Outdoor Leadership School, and I was obsessed with it. I wanted to be an instructor so badly. And I was sure I was going to marry Javier as soon as I could be bothered. Walls was also a good excuse to get out of town, drink whiskey in the mountains, cut loose. Then, Javier's brother got killed working in Gillette, and for some reason, I didn't come home. Javier said it was fine. He'd go to the funeral, take care of his mom, stuff like that. It'd be easier solo. When he came back, he left me. I came out here, I lied, and told my sister he fucked our neighbor. So, I lied to you. I came out here with a broken heart just like you.
Well, that's why she wants him to go
You've told me
home.
so much about
Yeah.
you.
We're
So,
Two Forks.
You know, there's something about me. We both fucked up.
I'm curious.
Just take your foods. Don't steal.
See, I think this right here is what is good for replayability in this game, because I know, or I feel as a designer, that when shit starts going down, I'm going to look back at this moment and be like, I bet there were clues in here. I bet if I had taken one of these 2 supply drops, that it would have screwed over someone else that was hunting me.
I guess.
I know that in the forums for Firewatch, there were people talking about, like, what happens if I go to location X before I'm supposed to. And I didn't read it because I didn't want to spoil anything for me. But those questions are so good to have in a game like this, because then that means that there are so many points in which you can manipulate the outcome of this game, I think. I think that's really cool.
All right, I got everything I need out of here. Time to chow down.
Just yours, right?
Who do you think I am?
I don't know if this is a good time to bring this up, because we're probably going to get dialogue soon, but do you remember back when the teens first broke through the...
Oh, shit!
You've got a front row seat for what might be the biggest fire of the year.
Yeah, it's really going.
I'm gonna call it in. They'll send in a hotshot crew for some suppression, but I bet we'll be stuck with her for the rest of the summer.
Phew.
And she doesn't have a name yet. I usually think of something funny or something practical or a little risque when coming up with them. But why don't you do the honors?
The big fire.
Maybe we call it the Flapjack Fire. Can you sell that as a name?
You really like that, huh?
Yeah, I said I did. It's funny.
Fair enough. Flapjack Fire it is. They'll probably ask me if it was a camp cooking accident or something. So
What were
there's
you...
this creek down the hill, and you know what my favorite thing to do is?
What's that?
I love to take a bottle of whatever I have on hand, plunge it deep into the water, and let it chill in there all day. And then, on nights like tonight, when it is so disgustingly hot, I have something nice and cool to drink. I learned that from my sister in Santa Fe. She'd do that with a bottle of tequila near her house and make margaritas the size of your head. You'd like it there.
I've had one too many bad experiences with tequila. I'm a little reticent to try it again.
Well, maybe you just need a new, good experience with it.
Yeah, maybe.
Are you looking at the fire?
No, I'm not.
You should. Let me know when you are.
What were you asking me before?
So do you remember when we first, when the teens broke our window and we stole our stuff?
Yeah.
We got a comment on that episode, actually, because when it happened to us, we were like, oh, those damn teens.
Damn teens.
But the comment we got was very interesting to me, and it actually kind of made me realize something, in that they mentioned that moment when they broke through the watchtower, that was a terrifying moment for some players. And that's really interesting to me, because obviously I wasn't really scared playing the game, but I think it's terrifying because it establishes that you aren't safe. There's absolutely no safe place in this setting. And the one place you would think would be the watchtower, right?
I mean, I think that's fair. If I were to, I would not feel safe sleeping there. I could not sleep there.
See,
in real life.
In real life, I probably would have no issue with it. And I think that's why I didn't necessarily think about it when the watchtower was broken into. But that comment really kind of like made me realize that how important that scene was, aside from establishing a plot point. So that's definitely good food for thought as far as the design goes, or the narrative goes, I guess. I feel like I should have seen this place sooner. Ron, really wish the powers that could issue us radios didn't suck ass. Most of the time, I'd prefer to keep pen to paper, but every once in a while, it'd be nice to get a hold of you right away. My sister keeps leaving me messages at the main office, but I don't think she gets that I took the job so I wouldn't have to deal with her or Mom. I've been sitting at the spot for a while now, thinking about what to say to her, but I'm a quarter way through this bottle of Fives instead. Miss you. Interesting. I wonder if... I mean, I guess saying miss you doesn't necessarily mean like a homosexual relationship, but I mean, with Ron's letter, he was almost seemed like he was overcompensating, trying to be hyper masculine, you know, being like he was chasing tail. But I think this letter happened probably later on in their relationship, so maybe something did develop, which is really interesting.
Would you write miss you in a letter to Nathan?
No.
Even if you missed him?
No. I don't say miss you to anyone, really. And that's not me trying to be a stubborn man either. It's just Nathan knows I love him. So, and like, I'm not going to say I miss him, but I'll tell him that I love him any day. It's I don't know. I feel like miss you is almost more, like, I don't know, not intimate necessarily.
Vulnerable.
Yeah.
Saying I'm sad because you're not here.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
But yeah,
Okay,
like,
I'm
Megan
looking
and
at it
I
again.
say miss you all the freaking time.
I mean, that's totally fair.
But we're also females and it's more acceptable.
You can just get lost.
I guess, yeah, societally speaking.
Yeah.
I like that it's now labeled the Flapjack fire.
I'm glad you're
Right.
here.
Me too.
Good. I don't talk to the other lookouts as much as I talk to you. Not in the same way. I know it's probably been a
Did you
while
see that?
since you've
Yeah, it's just a leaf.
connected with someone the way we have. I don't mean to get all heavy, but it's been really nice. I wish I was over there.
I wish you were too.
We could sit outside. We could talk without these radios. We could,
Whoa.
Get it real.
well, we could just watch this fire. It's gonna burn for a long time.
I also don't think I was supposed to be over there yet. I think that supply box was definitely for a later time. But I like that they
You're
don't
going
really
fishing
force
without a
you to
license?
stay in one place.
One fish, and I'm sick of all the stuff I got to eat.
I won't tell anyone you're a poacher. That reminds me, I keep hearing reports from Fish and Game about a problem bear they're trying to keep tabs on. Can you search around the lake for fresh tracks and just let me know what you find? There was a crew burning fire lines out to the east, and, I think sometimes it riles up the wildlife.
Problem bear? Fuck that. I am of the opinion that they are all problems.
Oh,
Come on, please.
Can't believe I'm gonna leave this planet as a pile of bear shit.
Thank you, Henry.
Yeah.
I wondered if they were gonna get sexual
yeah.
or romantic, I guess.
Well, that's not what I meant to do. Oh, and I can't get it. Well, so much for your fishing, Henry. All right, well. Search for bear tracks. What is squeaking at me?
A bird. What's the circle up there? Is that the fire?
Supply drop.
Oh, I mean, that's good to know.
Okay, so... no idea where.
No fish for you, Henry. You're a terrible fisherman.
I can go fishing. Ah.
Butterfingers!
How are we on time?
Oh, we are Denzo.
Ooh, way over. Okay, well that's all we have for this episode. I feel like this series is probably best suited for longer episodes anyway, so...
Look for bears. Not gonna eat fish.
So, I have a question of the day in mind, but do you have anything? I feel like I don't give you the chance of asking questions of the day often.
Well, you're the designer, so you have better questions usually.
I guess it's fair. I mean, you could always ask something about the narrative.
That's all I would ask about. But
Well, that's because you're a writer.
I don't know.
Okay, well, my question of the day for you guys is, what do you think about the player being able to move to areas where they're not supposed to, or not intended to be, earlier than they should?
What do you think about it? That's vague.
I guess... No, that's a fair point. I guess maybe how would you design the game to utilize that, rather than just...
Utilize people wanting to go to uncharted areas?
Yeah, so like... Say, for example, if I could go to areas before I was supposed to go there, and it didn't change anything about the game, then that begs the question of, well, what's the point? Why
Closed off.
of having them not closed off? Why would I be allowed to go somewhere and get information if it doesn't actually change anything? Whereas, if it does change something, like say I found a way to get to Delilah's tower at the beginning of the game, and maybe that changes the entire outcome of the game. That has huge dramatic impact on the game as a whole. So it rewards the player by letting them change the situation. And so far we haven't seen any solid examples of that, but we've seen a lot of potential for it. So how would you design it in a game like this to, I guess, have the player manipulate the game by going places early?
What if they don't want them to manipulate it?
Well, then maybe that's the question, right? Should this game allow that, or would it be better off blocking off paths, or just leaving it as is? Is that a better question?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for watching, everyone. Be sure to vote on what you want to see next. And if you've liked this series so far, give these videos a thumbs up, or give us a subscribe, because every little bit helps.
Later.
Thanks for watching, everyone.